My name is Ralf Diemer. I'm the CEO of the eFuel Alliance. The eFuel Alliance is a platform of more than 170 members, companies, associations and organizations along the value chain of eFuels. We are based in Berlin, so originally a German idea, but we have members from all over the world, in Europe, in the Americas, but also in Africa and in Japan and Asia. I mean, in general, that's part of our job to join conferences because as an association, we need to be seen. Some of the companies who are represented here are also members of the eFuel Alliance, so we are in some version also represent our members in that respect. And in addition to that, of course, we are conducted a new study which has the title Unlock the Potential of eFuels. And that was my main reason why I was also speaking here, because I presented the main findings of this study. The eFuel Alliance was founded 5 years ago. When we started our work in terms of eFuels, we had basically a lot of PowerPoint presentations of projects. And that is very different now. After 5 years of development, we see a lot of projects, more than 300 globally, which are actually on the brink to be finalized. Many of them don't have final investment decisions yet, but the message is the technology is there. Also the capital is there, so we are not lacking money anymore so much. It's now the time to really scale up production, and that's basically my main message, and that's also the main finding of this study, if you will. That's one of the major problems, if you will, or one of the major obstacles. E-fuels need a lot of electricity and of course a lot of investment into technology, and therefore they are, for the time being, more expensive than fossil fuels. The question is, how quick can we establish scale effects by industrialized production? And that is basically the major driver for our products coming from regulation. Because there is no market genuinely there. Nobody is willing to buy more expensive products, just because they are there. There need to be an incentive or another driver. In Europe, we have, for example, the Renewable Energy Directive, where we have specific quotas and targets for renewable energy supply, including renewable fuels. And that is one of the reasons, or one of the pillars we have, so to speak, to bring up the market and to scale up then to become cheaper by regulation. It's a typical chicken and egg situation where we are. So investors will only invest when they have security that somebody is buying the products they are producing. Potential users, of course, are seeking for good products for cheap price. And therefore we have to overcome that by regulation. I think that's the only way how we really can scale up these products in the future. That is something we see, for example, here very, very good. We need to be connected in the whole value chain. So you see here classical oil and gas industry, you see here technology providers, but you see also new players. So companies who really want to produce, for example, sustainable biofuels, who produce already sustainable biofuels, but also e-fuels in the future. And I think the main challenge, besides all the geopolitical challenges we have right now, which are very unpredictable, of course, it is very important that we get closer connected in the value chain to build up a more resilient and at the end, of course, also a more climate-friendly energy ecosystem for liquid fuels, liquid and gaseous fuels. So first of all, I would hope there is, in one respect, no change. The eFuel Alliance should still exist. I don't know if I would work then for the eFuel Alliance then, but let's imagine I would be still in this position and I would be here. I think the major change will be that we will see huge scale effects with renewable fuel production. I think that's necessary. We will need those fuels for several reasons, not only for climate change, to prevent climate change, but also for resilience of our energy supply, because you would, for example, have a lot of potential energy partners around the world where you could diversify your energy supply much more than we do nowadays in the fossil world. In a nutshell, I would like to see big players, companies which you know now, or you barely know now because they are maybe startups or very small scale companies who want to produce eFuel or are entering in this project right now. And I would like to see them as big players here, big sponsors of this conference, and also speaking and telling the people in this conference about their experiences of the last 10 years. I go a lot on conferences. I can tell you I never was treated so completely like here. So you get a lot of emails and contacts in before the conference, questions, what you would like to do, how you would present, whom you would like to meet, for example. And also on this conference, you cannot avoid the people from the conference, all these very nice and friendly people, and particularly also my conference manager, I think is the name, or assistant. She's very good, and I'm very happy to be here. So in that respect, it's a really unique conference, I have to say. I never experienced something like that before.